Well, welcome back. We're happy to have our musical guest for the week, Brandon Sampson. Brandon, great to see you.
You.
Always awesome to have you with us. One of our favorite worship leaders, as my husband says. You and your wife, Dana, just had a brand new baby, and we're very glad you guys could come and be with us. And Dana and baby Amelia are with us, too. So awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You know, you said you're a little tired, so.
Yeah.
But hopefully you'll sing for us later, yes?
I'll try, yeah.
Okay. Well, first of all, I know you have not only your individual music that you do by yourself, but you also have the band More Than This.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to talk a little bit about the music that you do by yourself, but also a little bit about More Than This. So first of all, tell us a little bit about what kind of music you do to begin with. How would you describe the music?
It's kind of a hard question to answer sometimes. It's very acoustic driven, but at the same time kind of a rock feel.
Okay.
That's like the full band. My music I've actually been labeled as folk acoustic music, which to me I don't really think, but you know, it is what it is.
Right.
So,
what are labels? Who cares about labels?
Yeah, I guess that's the thing. A lot of people don't want to be put under labels when it comes to music styling.
Right.
But in order to give an audience a sense of what it sounds like, you know, a point of reference, you kind of have to. So
somewhere between quiet acoustic and hard rock.
Yeah.
Kind of in between.
In between there.
With lots of worship.
So a lot of worship. Yeah. What we do with worship music, we try to take it and put our own style musically to it, and then vocally I try to portray as much passion and emotion through the words that are being sung. You know, if there's a song specifically talking about God's heart, I try to portray that from me to him. From me to him, you know, as much as can be, so that way the congregation, venue, individual can relate as much as possible, you know.
Right. Okay. Well, I know you have your own CD, Brokenness is Beautiful. Tell us a little bit about the CD. What kind of songs are on the CD? And we actually have a copy of the CD. Maybe somebody can get a shot of the CD somewhere along the line. And it's one of my favorites. I have it in my car, so I listen to it over and over as I'm driving. I've had it for a while. So it's not new. It's maybe a year or so old.
It's probably a year or two old. I recorded it, I'm trying to remember what year. It was 2005 maybe.
Okay.
I'd have to look on the back of the CD. But anyways.
So it's relatively new.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's kind of a compilation of songs that I've written acoustically from the age of probably 14 until maybe 2 years ago.
Okay. Well, tell us a little bit about the band as well, because I know you also have a group called More Than This. Tell us about the band and maybe where you guys perform, because I know we've had you at our church, and you guys minister at a lot of different churches. I know you're based at Southwest, but you minister at lots of different churches, at Calvary and different places. So tell us about that.
More Than This is pretty much a worship band right now.
Okay.
We do a lot of original worship songs that we've written, as well as songs that are typical in the mainstream worship industry. And we try to put our own musical style and emotion to it. But through that, we've played at a bunch of different churches around the valley. We basically play wherever God opens the doors for us to play. In 5 years of doing worship music ministry, we actually haven't asked one place to play at. Like we don't self-promote, because I kind of feel like that's counterproductive to worship in itself, because worship is supposed to be selfless. So every place that we have played has been God opening up the doors for us to be able to minister to.
Cool.
So.
Well, great. What do you hope people take away from either Brokenness is Beautiful, the CD, and your individual ministry, or when you minister as a group? What do you hope people take away from the music ministry?
I would hope that the music is more than an encounter or an experience. You know, I would hope that it actually changes people's lives, and not because the music is great by any means, but because of the heart that we try to portray, and that's God's heart, you know? And so I would pray that when they walk away from there, they would say, God reached down and touched me. God ministered to my life. I was able to relate to something that they sung, or even just some notes they played if it's other musicians watching, you know? So I would just pray that lives would be touched through the music, period.
Okay. Well, before we encourage you to sing a song for us, and I have a certain one that I'm going to ask you to sing, give us the information of how folks can get in touch with you or get in touch with More Than This.
You can go to www.brokennessisbeautiful.com,
Okay.
and that will take you to the solo project, which is Brokenness is Beautiful.
Okay.
And then if they want to get a hold of More Than This, the band, it's actually There Is More Than This Music.
Okay.
That's actually on MySpace, so it would be myspace.com/There Is More Than This Music.
Yeah. Okay. I'm getting up on the whole MySpace thing. Everybody uses that to put their music on.
Yeah,
apparently.
yeah.
So, well, great to see you. Thanks so much for being with us. And now I have a huge favor to ask, and that is, I love the Brokenness is Beautiful song. I listen to it all the time in my car, and it's just, to me, it's just such a heart cry for all of us to get back to God. It's just about you and me. So if you would play that for us and for our audience, I think it would really minister to people, and that would be really appreciated.
Silence, brokenness becomes so beautiful, and beautiful becomes whole. So rewind your mind to the place in time where you begin to find that quiet place where you would go, and in the silence, brokenness I would find. The silence, brokenness becomes so beautiful, and beautiful becomes